Hey projection mappers, this is Dan Phillips from Phillips Projections, and you are back watching another one of the videos from the Davinci Resolve tutorial series. In this video, we are going to bring it all home, bring it all together. We are going to be looking at audio, we are going to be looking at timing, we are going to be looking at keyframing. Those are the main focuses, so let's go ahead and let's jump in. We left off and we had added this light wall in, this light wall video, and this light wall video did come along with an audio track that we did delete, but I see that we didn't delete the audio here. So in between the recording, I was going to delete this, but I figured I wanted to do it with you guys. So just right click, hit delete track with the A2, the audio 2, because you don't need that in there. It just clutters things up. And will it do any harm? No, but it's not needed. Another thing that's not needed anymore is this video 3, the house mapping template. I usually leave mine in there because it's always nice to be able to turn on, turn off, and if you have it turned off, it doesn't impact anything. But if you want to delete that, it would be the same thing. I'm going to leave mine on just because there's no harm or foul, and I might want to refer back to it later. So we are now looking at the light wall. We have the whole house mask that we created using one method. We have this video masked using another. But as we go through, we have to look at the timing. And timing is everything with our shows. It's what brings us up in levels of our show. From the very beginning where we're just slapping something on the house, if you have it telling a story and interacting, that makes it so much better. So it would not make sense this whole walking period for the house to be on and shining, because the house is not on and shining until all the sparks fly. So let's zoom in a little bit because we'll want to get this as close as possible to the sparks. So here he comes. And I'm even going to zoom in a little more from here. Oh, it's getting stuck right here. So I'm turning off the magnet there, and I'm zooming in a little bit more. So that way I can get it right when the sparks happen. And there it is. All right, look at that flash. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn my magnet back on, because I want to snip it right at this spot. So I'm going to my blade, I'm doing a slice right here, and make sure you're hanging over top of the right video. So there is my slice. Now I'm going to go back, and remember how there were a couple different ways you could delete? I don't know why that just popped up there. There we go. Remember how there were a couple different ways to delete? You could do the ripple delete or the delete selected. You want to just do the delete selected, okay? Or you can just hit delete, because that doesn't take this and zoom it all the way to the beginning. It has it turn on right at the flash. So let's go back and let's just look at this here. All right. And it was a little choppy there just because it is rendering. Boom. And there it is, okay? So everything turns on right with that time. And this one I have a real harsh start, which is very appropriate for this because the lights are jolting on. However, there are effects that you can put in if you want a nice slow fade in. So you can put on like the cross dissolve, you can do the blur dissolve, which that doesn't make any sense. So there's all different dissolves that you can put in. I'm just going to do this cross dissolve, and I'm going to drag and drop it over here. Now to alter this cross dissolve, you just grab this slider and you slide it to where you want it. Now I want this to be almost instantaneous, so I want it right there, and let's see how this looks, okay? It takes a little with the there you go. So you can see in 3 stages, boom, and now it's on. So that's a way that you can do a dissolve. Now, as it's going through, we get to the end. And it's just a cut. In fact, it doesn't even go black. And as you're transitioning clips, you're going to want everything to fade in, fade out. Now you can sit here and you can put on cross dissolve, so you can put one onto this one because that's going to be seen, and you can match it to this one. But I'll show you my cheat that I use when I get to these really complex shows, which has many layers, like literally 100 layers. So I'll show you my cheat that I do, and it's really simple. Hey guys, I hope you are enjoying the tutorial so far. There is a lot of time and research that I put into all of these tutorials. It is great that we have platforms like this that I can help share and spread the knowledge. These tutorials are ad-supported and from donations from generous viewers like you. In an effort to further share the information, give a better experience for the viewers, share files and resources, as well as support the channel monetarily, I created a website and a course. The website houses a lot of information and resources from many great contributors in the projection mapping community. It is updated regularly as new useful resources become available. The course, that's another resource that is continuing to grow. It acts as an organized and ad-free experience. There is exclusive content and resources that are included with the course enrollment. For instance, the media used in the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation tutorial series, well, that's in the course, included for free. You just need to click to download. The final platform is the store. In the store, you will find different resources that are available for purchase at reasonable prices. Keep an eye out for coupons and specials, especially during the off-season. All of the funds that are raised are reinvested back into the growth of the channel through purchases of hardware, software, and other things that can be used to create new tutorials, reviews, and demonstrations. There are 2 free things that you can do right now to support the channel. Please like this video and subscribe below. The more likes and followers that we have, the more likely companies are to send loaner or demo resources for us to work with and share on this website, all free for you to access. I thank you for your time and consideration of supporting this channel. Please enjoy the remainder of your free tutorial. So, here's my cheat. I go into the effects. It's already there. If not, just click effects. I'm going to generators, and then I'm going to solid color. I'm going to click, drag, drop it to the top, and I want it to snap right into the beginning. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag it to the end. And my whole video is now black. Perfect. So I'm going to click off on the effects and I'm going to turn on the inspector. What this is doing, this is creating one dark shape at the very top level of the layers that is hiding everything underneath it. It's not impacting anything besides just hiding it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the settings, settings, and then I'm going to play with the opacity and use something that is called keyframes. So I'm going to zoom into the beginning, and I'm going to give myself, this is now measured in frames going across. And I want to give myself only a few frames from maybe here to there. And that's going to be my dissolve. In fact, I might be a little too closer. All right, so I'm going to give myself, let's see, turn this off. And I want him to start walking out, maybe get to about, I think there's good. All right, so here we go. I'm turning this layer back on and I'm selecting my solid layer so I know that I'm working with it. And it also tells me right up there. Now I'm going to my opacity right here. And this little diamond there, or rhombus, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to click on this, and you'll see that it changed and added this keyframe here. Now I'm going to go, and it's set to 100. I'm going to go to this spot all the way over here. And now I'm going to turn this all the way down to 0. And what you will see, it created a new keyframe, which is red. And that's because I already had it selected. And now if I jump back to the beginning, it's black. And as it goes in, it is slowly going down in opacity. Did you see that move there? Did you notice it on the screen? That's pretty nifty, isn't it? Now I'm going to go all the way to the end of the show. Here we are at the end. And I'm going to the end, the last one. And this is where I want this to go all the way to 0. Or sorry, all the way up to 100, where it's going to be completely black. And then I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to do a bit slower of a fade out. And I'm going to turn this all the way up to 0. And now when I click out, as long as I did this right, anywhere, let's go further, anywhere on this inside is full 0 opacity. You can't even see it. But as we get to the beginning, it fades in. And as we get to the end, what happened there? And as we get to the end, it must be buffering there, because I do have it there. There you go. So at the end, it has its fading out as well. All right. So we took a look. We looked at timing with the music and how important that is. And we did that by adding the lights to turn on right at that click. We looked at keyframing, we looked at adding effects, and we looked at using my solid layer trick. Wow, that was a jam-packed 10 minutes of information for you. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial so far. I hope you learned something in this video. Maybe you got some ideas that you could use for your own videos and effects that you can put together on your own projection mapping project. If you want to learn more about Davinci Resolve, or you want to learn more about any of the projection mapping things that I do, you can check out my YouTube channel at Phillips Projections on YouTube, and I would like and subscribe there. You can also hit me up in the comments or send me an email, and I would be happy to help you. Remember, many of the resources that I use on this, I am including with the course, or I have available for purchase on the shop at holidayprojectionmapping.com. This show is looking great, and honestly, it really could be done, except let's take it one more level and let's look at adding green screen elements in our final tutorial. I will see you there.